He's a serial artist. That's what they prefer instead of hoaxer. And they actually do, not all of them are out to just trip us up. Some of them are actually artists, and what they can do is quite amazing. Unfortunately, if they're not asking the permission of the farmer, it's criminal trespassing. So,
certainly. And it's vandalism.
The problem. And it's vandalism, yeah, and it's our food sources. There's a whole, number of reasons why it's best not to do it. And certainly, the farmers in 2009, when we were there, were very, very irate. We had one incident actually where researchers were fired upon by a farmhand, and that's never happened since I've been investigating. So
that seems extreme.
That's very extreme, yeah. And then what was actually kind of scary is how the community then closed ranks around this fellow and supported him. So you can see how tensions are getting quite high in the area, and this is no longer just a laugh. It's gotten quite serious. The police take it quite seriously as well, but they have so many other issues they have to take care of, So.
Well, throughout the film, Charles is quite optimistic, and he's a man on a quest. And at one point, you employ Peter to create a crop circle for you, and you call it the message to the stars, with the intention, and you're far more optimistic than me, with the intention of communicating upwards with whomever is creating these crop circles. Yeah. Noble effort.
Yeah.
However, I got to ask you, Peter's crop circle looked a little dodgy. I mean,
I'm going to take the credit here, or rather, I'm going to take the blame, because Peter's crop circle really is not. If you look at, if you go onto Peter's website, and I wish I could remember it, but his name is Peter Sorensen. He's actually quite an accomplished serial artist.
Okay.
So I don't think it's fair to say that entirely that our circle was his fault. I think I'll take 50% of the blame for coming up with just a totally rubbish design that was very impractical and hard to pull off in the dark. And this is the problem, Michael, is that all of these circles are made in the dark. We don't put up REs, and we don't have bright lights, and the farmer will see it from miles away if that's the case, and very quickly call the police. So they're done in the pitch in the dark. And in the English countryside, you have 4.5 hours of darkness. It's not a lot of time to do anything, really. So you can see the pressure they're under. And especially when you get things like this. I mean, this one we know is fake, but there have been ones this size. And actually, in this very same field, we discovered one. My cameraman discovered a crop circle. They can show up overnight. So,
I mean, this to me, even though it's hoaxed, is an outstanding piece of art.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's fantastic.
I would love to know the secrets behind something like this. It's a bummer that it's not E.T., but I got to give props to these people. So let's move on. You also try to bust hoaxers in the field because you reasonably think that if so much hoaxing is going on, you're there at the right time. Surely you would witness some.
Yeah, we actually, like I said earlier, we were there for 2 months. We spent 2 weeks of that time disguised as bushes, hiding in the dark, waiting for people to try and hoax a circle. What you discover really quickly is, again, it's very difficult to make a circle without being discovered. In the middle of the English countryside, in the middle of the summer, there are crop circle enthusiasts on every ridge in the area. Doing exactly the same thing you're doing. They're waiting for UFOs or they're waiting for hoaxes. So it's very difficult to sneak under the radar and actually create these circles. And what I think we discovered is that the teams who are hoaxing are far more sophisticated than we initially believed. So much so that they could be ex-military. There's a great deal of organization going on here. Like I said, they're doing it in the dark. You make one mistake, as you can see. One mistake in this field is recorded permanently. So you can't erase a mistake in a crop circle. It's there forever, well, at least until it's harvested. That leads me to believe we're dealing with some very organized teams here, who are perhaps not quite as innocent and local as we'd like to believe.